guys.
Hello,
This is Brittany,
and I'm Lena.
and it's been a couple months since we've actually been on this channel.
We're almost a year.
It ain't really a year. I'm sitting here calculating in my head like, really? But it's been a lot. It's been a lot going on. Yeah, it's been a lot. Mainly with Lena. It's since February. Yeah. So we're just gonna jump right on in.
Okay. So years, maybe 10 years ago, I had been. This may be TMI. The ladies don't understand, but I had been dealing with irregular periods, and every doctor I went to was like, "Oh, you have PCOS," which I do. They wasn't lying about that, but PCOS was not really the issue of my periods. So 10 years go by. I've been to doctors in South Carolina, North Carolina, here in Ohio. They all saying the same thing. They just look, oh, it's a cyst on your ovaries. You got PCOS. That's why you're not having periods. So now I have a new gynecologist, and she's awesome. And so she was saying the same thing at first. Like, there's a cyst. She gave me some medicine to try to get rid of the cyst, and it wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't shrinking or anything. So she was like, yeah, that medicine's not helping. She said, so we can do one or two things. We can do a surgery and go in there and see what's going on, or we can wait it out and see what's going to happen. So waiting it out and taking medicine was not doing anything before. So I just figured, let's do this surgery and see what's in there. So in February 12th, yep, because it was right before Valentine's Day, I went into surgery, and I come out of surgery. It was like, okay, they did slits, and then they put the camera down in there. I don't remember the name of it, but anyway, it wasn't like stitches and it's with an L though.
Oh, laparoscopy.
Yeah.
Laparoscopy or something.
So I come out, and you know how you go in the recovery room when you're trying to come out of the medicine or whatever, and I hear the nurses talking, and she said that I just hear they removed the tube and the ovary, and I'm still out of it, and I'm thinking in my head like,
You can't be talking about me because they said they were removing a cyst and that's it. That did not mean they was taking something out. Just get rid of a cyst. Nope, I still got mine. She ain't talking about me.
And so I felt her, like she said, I'm sorry, they want some more blood. She was on the phone. That's what it was. She was on the phone. And whoever called her to tell her they needed some more of my blood, they was talking. And about removing the cyst, removing the ovary and the tube. I was like, yeah, she ain't talking about me. And I was still out of it. Like, I was high. And so, she was like, I'm sorry, honey, this is gonna hurt, but I have to get some more blood. And she went in this hand, and I felt it, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. And she was like, I'm so sorry. And I turned my head like that. I said, I don't feel much. And that's all I remember until I went into the room that I started in. And my brother and my mom came in there first, because I was asking for my brother. I was like in and out of it, but I was like, where's my brother? I don't even like him that much. It's like, I'm just joking. But I was asking for him. They went and got my mom and my brother. They came in, and I looked over there at them because they was on this side. I remember that thing. And I said, did they take my ovary? And my brother said, yes, but you can still have kids. Because that meant the most to me, because I love kids and I want my own someday, and I don't want to not be able to have any. But if it's God's will, there's nothing I can do about it. But anyway, that's what he said. So I started, as soon as he said yes, but you can still have kids, I started crying. I turned my head this way, and then I fell asleep right in the beginning of my cry. It was gonna be a good one too.
Mercy said no.
So I went to sleep. And then my mama woke me up because I heard her calling me. And she was like, what is you crying for? And I said, I don't know. Because, I mean, like, even after I just heard that the lady was telling the truth, it was my tube and my ovary that they took. Like, calmness. Like, I was just so calm. Like, it is what it is. At least I'm still here. Because for 10 years, I have been dealing with this stuff. So there is... Okay, so I didn't tell you what they found. Because they didn't even tell me what they found. All I knew is that they took my ovary and tube. That's all I knew. Didn't know why or nothing. Okay, jump in.
Okay, so we, of course, was in the waiting room. And we're like, what the heck? They literally supposed to go in, take off this cyst, and that be it. But it was like literally, we had been sitting there for like maybe 2 hours waiting. So finally, because I was like, I don't know.
My hair for, I don't know. It seemed like 10 minutes to me. I was not
it was definitely not. We was like, what the heck? So finally, they sent the text message to her mom's phone. So we went up to the window and it was like the doctor would like to see you. So I'm like, okay, cool. Finally, like, cause what the world? So she was like, she came in. She said, Selena's doing fine, and you know she's about to go into recovery, but. We did. No, she gave us the good news. First, she was telling us that which one did they take, the left?
Yeah, they took my left.
Okay, so she said the right one looked good and everything, and she said even the left one looked good. It looked good except it had the mass on it. So she said we opened it up and it appeared to be cancer. And so we all was just like, it went from, okay, finally Lena, you know, we about to get her in recovery, and then she gonna be going home, to what you just said? So she was like, yeah, we opened it. She said it was a hard mass. We opened it up. She said it appeared to be cancer. She said, then her mom was like, just lost it. She just lost it. And so, like, we sitting there, and I'm just like, I'm legit, like, I have no emotion. Like, I'm just shocked. Like, what are you saying to me right this moment? Even though she was clear as day, I was like, what are you saying? So she was like, so we did have to remove her ovary, and we went ahead and removed the tube as well. We cleaned it out and everything. It appears that we got everything. She said, we are sending it off for biopsy. So she told us Lena had to go back to the doctor in 2 weeks. So she told us, she said, I feel like, she said, it's totally up to you. She said, but I feel like we should wait to tell her until we get the actual results back. She said, I don't want her to go these 2 weeks worrying about the results, and it hinders her healing.
That was an awesome idea, because my depression was
and anxiety. So I'm like, so me and her brother Quan and her mom. Well, her mom had stepped out of the room. She couldn't take it. She was just like, Jesus, take the wheel. You know, she couldn't take it. So it was just me and Quan sitting in the room, and we was like, me and Quan both was like, yeah, we think we should wait to tell her until we know for sure. Because even though she was, and that's the thing about her doctor, she's very thorough. And even though she knew, she's a doctor, she knows what cancer looks like. She knows what, you know, the stuff looks like. But she still didn't want to say it until she got the actual pathology results back. So she said, she's going to be all right. She said, I feel like her prognosis is excellent. She's young. She's healthy. She said, and we removed everything out. She said, well, if the results come back, we will send her to a specialist. And, you know, she gave us all that. So finally, you know, she leaves. And I'm just like, me and Lena talk about everything. Everything. So I'm just sitting here like, Lord, I don't want to keep a secret like this. And I think my biggest fear was that Lena would have been mad that I knew and didn't tell her. And I think that was because that's a big secret. That's not a...
Look, I don't know y'all, but I guess I need to have surgery or something, because I came out somebody else.
She did. She did.
Like, I was was not me once I came on the other side of that surgery. Not the me I remember.
Different. She was different. But I think that was like, because it's not we doing a surprise party for her, so you can't tell her. This is a no. You more than likely had cancer, and they removed it. So that's why they removed the tube and the ovary. So I'm just like, oh my God. But that 2 weeks, I was like, no, I do not want her worrying. And then what if the results come back?
My hair would have been all gray.
And then I was like, what if the results came back and it was non-cancerous? It was just like a benign tumor or something. So, y'all, that 2 weeks was torture.
And the crazy part was, we live on the 3rd floor. My mom lived like on the 2nd floor. She only got a flight of stairs. Mm-hmm. So it was easier for me to go up her stairs. So I wasn't even here for them 2 weeks. I was at my mom's house. So imagine what she'd have been going through if I was here. But
I would go over there and check on her, but I was working too. Mm-hmm. So like when I got off work, I might hear her like, "Hey, have you eaten?" Because she was sleeping. The medicine was making her sleep majority of the time. So I was like,
pain. My gosh.
So I was like, I would make sure she had eaten and stuff like that. But I pretty much didn't go over there. I always text and call and stuff or whatever, but I didn't go over there. I was like, because me being around you was like temptation. Like, girl, I gotta tell you something.
Man, to get up, I hated when I had to go to the bathroom. To get up was pure torture. Mm-hmm. Like, it was so painful. Alright, so after all of that and everything, 2 weeks was up. But before the 2 weeks was up, my mama just kept, because cancer was the last thing on my mind. I don't know why, but it was. Like, I just didn't know why they took mine.
Yeah, because you just don't think, like, I could be the one that have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
And, I just figured she knew why she took it. I just don't know. But cancer was the furthest thing from my mind. And in that house with my mother, she was she would just hint that she got something to tell me, but she wouldn't tell me.
Right.
So I asked her.
No, she can't keep no secret.
She cannot hold nothing. Not from me. She gonna tell me.
Right. She got to.
But so I asked her, because I thought about it, and the way she was hinting at stuff, I was like, this is a little more serious than I think it is. So I don't even know why I was standing in front of the mirror. Sometimes I'm obsessed with myself. so
should have seen it before the video.
Right, she said, you taking pictures. No, I'm just looking at myself. But anyway, I was standing in front of the mirror, and there she was hinting again. I was like, is it cancer? And she was like, no, it's not cancer. I said, oh, okay. Well, so I just left it alone. All right. So here it is, time for me to go to the doctor. I go in there, and what does Dr. Kavari tell me? That it was cancer. And I'm sitting there like, the betrayal.
I was
she
like,
told
oh my
me
God.
that it wasn't cancer.
So when Lena told me that, I wanted to be like, it probably was, Lena, but I'm like, I can't say nothing.
Because I was cool. I was like, okay, she said it wasn't cancer.
Yeah, because she would think, right, because she's thinking like, oh, I'm good. And I'm just sitting here like, no, you're not. Like, and I wanted to say something, but I'm like,
but none of that even bothered me. Like, I'm telling y'all, I turned into somebody else after the surgery. Like, I don't know. She told me it was cancer, and she was like, I'm just a gynecologist. I'm not a cancer specialist. She said, so I'm going to send you to Cleveland to a cancer specialist, somebody that just specializes in cancer. So, but the thing, well, we can talk about him too, because he the one told me all this. So I went to the doctor in Cleveland. Because she was telling me that that she thinks that I would have to at least do 1 round of chemo. And so when I went to him, he told me, he said, what did he do? Oh, he did another surgery. He said he going to look in there for himself.
Yep, he did an exploratory one.
Yeah. And he removed the cyst, because I did have a cyst on my right ovary. So he removed that. Everything was fine. He told me that he said I had a rare form of cancer because there's 3 layers of the ovary. The outer layer, then there's a layer in there, and then there's an inner layer. Well, the cancer was stuck in the inner layer and it couldn't get out, which is why it was kind of poking out of the ovary to look like a cyst. Because it was trying to come out, but it was stuck in there and it couldn't. See, that's how the Lord works.
Mm-hmm. It literally was encased.
Yes.
So the ovary pretty much kept it from spreading.
Because he told me, he said, any other form of ovary cancer, he said, even if we do surgery and everything, he said, 9 times out of 10, they're going to die from it because it's going to spread. He said, but yours didn't go anywhere. Mm-hmm. He looked in the uterus and everything around. Dr. Kavari had got it all before I even went to him.
That was the Lord.
That definitely
Especially
was
dealing with it for so long.
Like I said, 10 years. I'm sorry, I'm being nosy. 10 years. I have been dealing with this. It might have even been more than 10 years.
It's been for a while.
And for it to be cancer and it wasn't able to go anywhere, you can't tell me that God is not real. Mm-hmm. I knew before because of what I've watched my mother go through, and she is still here. Mm-hmm. Functioning 100% on her own.
When doctors counted her out.
Yes. So, when she literally did everything a person does before they die. But she's still here. Mm-hmm. So I already knew that he was definitely real. But it hits different when he's there for you and he shows you exactly who he is for you. I'm spitting, I'm sorry. But yeah, so he did another surgery. That one wasn't as bad as the first one. That's because he didn't have to remove much of anything. It hurt, but it wasn't as bad as the first one. But yeah, so I had the first one in February, and then in April I had another one. So that's where we've been, dealing with the cancer situation. But I just, honestly, for real, but at the day Kavari told me that I had cancer, I got in the car, and the first thing, like, the devil, depression, all of it hit me at once, and it was just like a ton of bricks, and I just started bawling. And because my first thought was, I just want to have some kids. Like, I just want some babies of my own. Like, I got 12, but they ain't mine. They my nieces and nephews. But that was the first time it actually bothered me. And after I got that good cry out, I mean, I had to tell myself, whether or not you're able to have kids of your own, you still here to tell somebody about what you went through and how you overcame it. Like, it's not as bad as it seems. It's okay, you can have some fur babies.
Or you can always adopt. There's so many kids out there that need homes and stuff. But you can have kids because you still got a working, very functional ovary.
I just really want to express to all the females, always go get checked for any. If it's bothering you, go check it out. Like, honestly,
if you get an opinion from a doctor and you don't like it,
it don't sit well with you, go to somebody else. Because
you could have just wrote it off like, oh.
And for a long time I did. They said it was PCOS. They looked in there and saying that it was a cyst, and it wasn't a cyst. Mm-hmm. Go get other people to tell you the same thing.
Oh, and another thing, her doctor didn't even think it was cancer or anything because it didn't show up in the blood work.
Nope.
And it wasn't normally when it's cancer. She said you have pain. Lena had no pain.
She said it hurts. Nothing. She said it hurts so bad when women have cancer, ovarian cancer. That's how they know. I didn't have no pain.
None of that.
She said you'd be nauseous. Sometimes I was nauseous. There was no vomiting. It wasn't none of that. So go get checked out.
Yeah, because she had no. Because we was like, well, you're not in pain, so it probably ain't cancer.
And that's
she
what
did
my
the
doctor
blood
said.
work and was like, it didn't show any cancer. She did
plenty of blood work multiple times, and nothing was showing cancer. Nothing.
No.
It literally took her to go in there and see.
Cut it open because she said it was a hard mess. Cut it open for. She said the tissue looked like cancer.
Sometimes testing won't, like blood work and stuff, they won't show exactly what's going on, but you know when something's wrong
with your body.
And don't let no doctor tell you something different. If you feel like it's something wrong, go to somebody else.
Until you find somebody that's gonna listen to
because,
you and
like for real,
look out for you.
It is serious. I've been telling her ever since February that she need to go get checked, because normally when something happened to her, it happened to me. Or something happened to me, it happened to her. And I don't
know if it's because we so close.
I don't want her to ever have to go through. I already went through it. That's enough. So go get checked out. Everybody. Not just females. Males too. Y'all ain't got no ovaries, but you got a prostate. Madeira got a prostate. But for real.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very, listen to your body. Don't just ignore it. Because 9 times out of 10, your body is telling you something. And you need to go get checked out. I don't want to preach or nothing, but I'm just saying
you gonna preach.
Because I wasn't trying to go see no doctor. My thing is, no news is good news. But that's not a good way to live.
And that's how I am. Like, because it seems like every time I go to the doctor, something else wrong with me. High blood pressure. Oh, now I'm a sugar bonita person. You know what I'm saying? Like, like it seems like every time I go to the doctor, it's bad news. But I'm gonna go, because I have been to the doctor and they just said it was a cyst on my ovary or whatever. But he said he would check it in a couple months. But he was saying normally they'll go away on their own. But I'm gonna
Yep, told me that too. It ain't went nowhere.
I'm gonna set up. Yeah, I'm gonna set up an appointment.
You've been saying that for months now. But for real, I honestly thank God every day for protecting me, because it could have went a whole nother way. A whole nother way. And I'm just, even with one ovary, I joke about me having one ovary all the time.
All the time.
Normally it would bother me.
My ovaries hurt. I mean, my ovaries. I'm just like the door.
Like, for real, but like
you gotta have a sense of humor, because if not, it'll eat you up. Like, it'll put you. So you gotta, be like, oh, it's gone. Like, I'm good. I'm healthy. She's been to the doctor. Everything looks good and normal. So it's
in November, I go see the cancer doctor again. We gotta check it every 6 months. But I'm trusting and believing that everything is just fine.
Yeah.
Because he didn't bring me out of this for nothing.
Like, she didn't even have to do any chemo. He said the doctor got it all. Like,
he said, now I could be that doctor because I get paid for it. He said, and I can tell you that you need chemo. He said, but I'm not gonna do that. It ain't gonna do nothing but take your hair out. He said, you don't need it. And
that's why I like him too.
He's a great doctor too. And so when I tell y'all for real, I woke up somebody else, and which is a good thing, because
she woke up in Chris Brown's body.
That was a good one.
Yeah, we're back now. Lena's healthy, as you can see.
I am. I'm good.
We're back into like a normal headspace now, and we ready to work. So you about to see some videos from us.
I'm trying to figure out how to prank my brother, because I said I was a new person and everything, but I don't know how I would deal with pranks. I don't know.
We're gonna come up with some stuff. We're gonna brainstorm.
Because it would be great to prank my brother, because he just thinks he's the king of everything, and he's not.
But you guys will be seeing us really soon. If not the end of this week of posting another video, it'll be next week. But yeah, we're back. We're about to be
I'm back working.
If you have
everything's good.
If you have any suggestions of videos you want to see, whether it's challenges or mukbang videos or anything like that, send them our way. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Yep. So that was our story time. We were supposed to do it over a mukbang, but we're gonna get started early.
Yep.
And we have plenty of stories to tell you.
We do.
But I just wanted to let y'all know about what happened and why we haven't been around. I I know I started the Kings and Queens at Heart thing, which is still a thing. But I just had to go through this little test.
Take time out.
And recover and everything. And, you know, now I'm back. So this was that story time about the time I had cancer. It's not funny, but...
Why did you just go like...
Because it was supposed to be dramatic.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Funny.
We hope you learned something. Something's wrong with her. Learn something from it. Make sure you guys
For real, go get checked out. You go make a doctor. I'm talking to you. Make a doctor's appointment.
Make sure you
And
guys
you too, while you're grinning.
Anywho, make sure you guys like this video, comment any suggestions, or if you just want to say anything to us.
I gotta go. Bye, guys.
And make sure you subscribe to this channel, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.